The post-Marius reform army had even less cavalry than before. Volunteers for the old army provided their own equipment and horses, so a likely reason for the decrease in cavalry is because the professional soldiers were generally much poorer and given standard equipment. Once Augustus became the first emperor, he reorganized the auxiliaries into smaller tactical units. They were now smaller than the Roman equivalent, and a reason for this was to give the Romans an advantage in a battle should their allies decide to rebel against them. The allied units were still drawn from the regions Rome controlled. However, there are cases of these allies fighting in different lands. Julius Caesar makes specific mention in his commentaries of German cavalry that he used in Gaul, who would often act as his personal bodyguard. The different allied or conquered tribes in Gaul would provide the majority of Caesar's cavalry. He generally talks about making requests for cavalry and occasionally light infantry, which the Romans also had very little of. One of the other benefits of having local allies was that they would have experience of fighting in that land, which the Romans may have lacked. There's a good description of how the auxiliaries would form up in battle from the defeat of Boudica in around 60 AD. There was a battle fought somewhere in southern England where the auxiliaries formed their infantry on either side of the Roman legionaries, and the cavalry would then form on their flanks. So this is just, again, using the Rome Total War engine, just showing the sort of units that the Romans would have as allies. Here we've got light infantry and cavalry, missile cavalry, which would be used to harass the enemy. But again, the main thing that they would be cavalry, because the Romans weren't considered very good horsemen, so they just stuck to what they're good at, which was heavy infantry. So the cavalry would all come from different tribes. You would have the local tribe chieftains would still be acting like they had before Roman rule, still leading those horsemen for the Romans.